Okay, Pam Isley, Vlog 2. And this is basically an explanation of why I turned myself in. See, here's something a lot of people don't understand about the villains of Gotham, or what they call the villains. We have eyes everywhere. We know the route of every armored vehicle, police routes, store schedules, bank schedules, corporation schedules. We know everything. We have eyes all over the city, cameras everywhere. We have access to all of your cameras. Yeah, it's scary. But, we saw it. The big battle between Batman and Superman. Not much of a battle, in my opinion. But it was strange. Superman didn't even want to fight. I thought that was odd, but I mean, really, the guy basically looks like the walking apple pie. He's so full of truth, justice, and the American way. But that wasn't what caught my attention. What caught my attention was the fact that even in New York, away from Gotham, the cities outside of Gotham, Batman had every opportunity to prevent Superman's death, and so did Wonder Woman, but Batman more so. He could have prevented this whole thing. And then it hit me. It hit me just when that spear went through Superman. It hit me. I realized something. Batman wanted it to happen. Deep down inside, he wanted that, and he knows he did. He couldn't handle not being number one. He couldn't handle being the big bad bat, not being the big bad bat. Sorry. I tend to get my words mixed up when I'm upset. I watched. And I realized that Batman's no better than I am. He couldn't handle not being the alpha dog. He sits on his pedestal in his bat cave, thinking he's any better than the rest of us low-life criminals. And so I did what I thought was right. I turned myself in. I called Gotham police, told them I'd be in Gotham Park. Naturally, they signaled Batman. And he came to Gotham Park. And being who I am, I had to taunt him. At least a little bit. Can't live without a few good taunts. And I told him the truth. He sits on his pedestal, fighting crime, claiming he's all for justice. And he could have done more to prevent Superman's death. And it's somewhere deep down inside he couldn't handle not being number one. He couldn't handle not being the big bad bat. He just couldn't. And that I'm not going to sit there and cower and fall to a man who thinks he's so much better than us, but in reality he's a monster just like the people he fights. He didn't like that at all. Naturally. He didn't like that at all. Can't imagine why, though. No, the truth is a hard pill to swallow. And yes, though he did help me and Wayne Enterprises is helping me now, I think the only reason he's doing it is because he knows I'm right. He is no better than the rest of us. Except for maybe the Joker. Though I'm pretty sure a pile of crap is better than that woman beating... I digress. I kick Batman pretty hard in his ego. It's not the first time I've kicked someone in their ego. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. It's nice to take people down a few pegs, but that's why I turned myself in. Just after I was done taunting him, I got him really good. I got on my hands and knees, put my hands on my head and said, I'm turning myself into the Gotham Police. This is the last time I'm giving you the satisfaction. They took me away in handcuffs and stuck me into Arkham. It's not much of a story. It's not as glorious as my other tales. And I've got plenty of those to tell, I mean. But that's what happened. I'm not doing this out of any sense of righteousness or responsibility, but I'm proving a point to him. Before you judge someone as an eco-terrorist, as an egomaniacal maniac, maybe he should look in a mirror. Because sometimes what you don't want to see is reflected right back at you. Sometimes you become the very things you fight against. Maybe he'll understand that now. Ivy out. Like I told old Lady Freeze before I pulled her plug. This is the one-woman show.